Hello again. My name is Jakujerb or Yakujerb. Today I'm having a look at this Mcree player. Just gonna read his thing for you quick. He says, "Very lost as Mcree. Any advice? What code is this? I thought I'd do good on Mcree, but I'm terrible. How can I hit more of my shots?" Accuracy obviously is just something you have to practice. Like there are aim trainers and stuff, but I personally always just recommend practicing in game, like in custom games. There are some great custom games for just shoot. It's really hard to see enemies and try and hit them when they are far away. Yeah, I mean, if you can't hit them, like just practice. It's like I'm not gonna tell you how to aim. Maybe that's what you're asking for, but I'm pretty sure you can do a lot better in positioning and stuff. Um, thing about aiming is you want to give yourself easy shots to hit, and how do you give yourself easy shots? By doing good positioning. If you're constantly too far forward or in bad positions, it makes the shots harder. So um, I want to have a look at your positioning and such instead. Like, I won't comment too much on your aim. Um, you ask, I'm not sure if I should lower my sensitivity because if I do, yeah. Ugh. And you say, I mean, like, sense and stuff, you might want to tweak it, but it's probably not your biggest issue. We'll see. We'll see. And honestly, I have zero idea what I'm doing wrong. Let's take a look. So whenever I do VOD reviews, I always like to start off just quickly looking at team comp and map. Your team comp, you've got Orisa Hog. It's not a bad tank line, I guess. Like it's a lot different from how it used to be. Then you've got Bastion, who probably wants to be behind the Orisa shield, but Orisa shield just gets melted these days, so it's kind of pointless. Mercy's in. They're probably like gonna try to support the Bastion. So because you've got a Bastion, like honestly, like you should either be with him and try to counter any attempts to kill him, or you want to be taking off angles. Now, taking off angles is risky because he's gonna have all of the support, so you have to keep that in mind when taking off angles. Um, but yeah, let's see how you play it. Sorry, I forgot about the map. Blizzard World, not terrible for Mcree. Mcree actually isn't great at long ranges. Like from like this edge to over here, Mcree actually does like significantly less damage than he would like in a close range fight. So you want to like be going for you do want to be going for the shorter sight lines, like shooting like over here through the choke, or if you're staying up here, you want to wait for them to get through the choke instead of shooting them back here because it's just not what Mcree is good for. Um, all in all, it's not a bad map for Mcree. There's a lot of angles you can take, a lot of like mini flanks, stuff like that. Let's see how it goes. I like that you're coming up here with your team. That's good. One thing I will say before we start, the shield here really isn't great. Reason being, if it gets broken, you can't. It's not near cover. So if it gets broken, you have to run to this cover, or you might want to even drop down and fall back to point, or fall back to your point. Is like it's if the shield gets broken, like you want to scatter, and like this isn't a great place to scatter from. You do still want to be behind the shield, but it's just something to keep in mind. It's not a great shield. Okay, so now you know Genji's going to the left. There he is. You could flashback him right now. Just for Genji, you can't flashback into Genji because you can deflect it, but you can always flashback at his feet. And let's see if you do that. Yeah, you do get the flashback and kill. Oh, your Bastion gets the kill on the him, but you flashback him, and that's really good, really good. Not a great Phantom Hammer. You should have just gone for left clicks. I like that you're shooting the right in the back. That's good. Yeah, I like that you're going for the right. It's a little bit risky. You don't want to get too close to him because, well, he'll kill you if you get too close to him. So you want to maintain this sort of, like, even like this sort of range. You don't want to be much closer than you are right now. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, you're getting closer to him. Yeah, you do have your team behind you, which is kind of bad. They should have actually stayed up here, but they dropped down anyway. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so he was a bit of a coward, honestly. Like, okay, well, I guess he should have got that. Okay, well, he was dumb for being in alone in the first place, but um, he could have died swinging and probably like taken a decent chunk of your health. I don't know, probably not the best idea for him to do, but well, he shouldn't have been there in the first place. But when he was up there, he didn't do anything. Okay, you got melted by the Zarya. Why did you get melted by the Zarya? Because, well, that's what she does. You don't want to be near a Zarya like that.
This lap's never uneventful.
Zarya is a hard target takedown in general. Love the flashback, it's beautiful. Yeah, at this point you just want to get out. Good shot onto the Genji, but you just got overpowered, overwhelmed. Not your fault, it's... I guess you showed up a little bit late. Yeah, definitely, I recommend like taking the high ground in situations like these. Like, yeah, there's the Widow there, which is actually like very scary for you. Like going up here, she can just headshot you, but in general, you want like, you'd go up here, you'd see the Widow, then you'd leave. Like, in general, you do want to go up here. Okay, the Widow got shut down, so now you definitely want to be up there. It's fine. Try. Okay, she was out of your stun range. I like that you went for the flashback on the Moira. Little bit of a risky play, but it's worth it. Okay, now this is a little bit too risky. Like, Ryan can just kill you if you do this. Very risky, very risky. It's okay, you just fell back, that's good. Yeah, Genji behind. Yeah, so all the time you spent in here, like, looked like you were going for a flag, but then the Rhine just denied you, so you ended up wasting a lot of time in here. I would have definitely preferred to see you on the high ground. So, positioning. Okay, onward. Love it. You should kill her. She was to your left. You probably can't get her. Like you shouldn't be chasing her this way around. You should be trying to cover her escape, which meant going this way. Not too important, but you're not gonna get her, I think, because of that. You could have gotten her, I think, if you went the other way instead. Ooh, it looks like you're going for a sneaky play for I, dude. No, that's good. Missed the flashback, unfortunate. He doesn't know you're there. Honestly, fan the hammer like that is really useless. Like, only fan the hammer when you're at close range. Like this sort of range, or like this sort of range. Not like this sort of range. Got it. Yeah, this is looking good. Good shots onto the Zarya. Moira's behind, she definitely needs to die. That's good. Even so, I'm not fond of where you're positioning. Like right now, they're all dead. You've got plenty of time to go take the high ground. Like, being up here is just objectively better, because like if you don't want to be here, you can't just drop down, and then you're holding where you're holding anyway. So it's just better to get to places like that if you can. Today's special is the Rabbit Dog combo. Yeah, again, like as Mcree, you don't want to be shooting this type of range. You're doing like significantly less damage shooting this sort of range. It's fine, like spam the shields, but That's more of a positioning problem than a like don't shoot them problem. Like if you're in this position, yeah, shoot them, but don't be in this position. Unfortunate. Good shot there. Good shot. It's worth noting you haven't used your high noon yet. You haven't really had a golden opportunity yet, but there where you sit, where Valking Mercy is a pretty good opportunity. So definitely keep that in mind. Yeah, I don't think you should use it here because they're mostly dead. Okay, I like that Van Dammer actually. That's wonderful. The Moira was a bit far, but the Hanzo was like in perfect Van Dammer range. Yeah. You're struggling to hit him, which is okay. Can't really blame you, it's Genji. Like, I don't think you're really expected to kill the Genji on your own. I mean, he's dodgy. I mean, you should be able to kill him, but like... Okay, that's nice, I like that. What I was saying, you should be able, like, when he's jumping around like he was, like... Actually getting the kill on him is, I mean... Not easy, it's hard, but like... If you get 1 or 2 shots into him, that forces him to either play a lot more defensively, or it makes it a lot easier for your team to finish them off. Remember, it's a team game, so like even hitting just 1 or 2 shots is still... You've got to be happy about it. You can't feel too bad. You flashed him and then you kind of stood still for a second. Not sure why.
Let's start over at the beginning.
Okay, so versus Hanzo, like it's smart that you're not just standing here and shooting because Hanzo can just headshot you, but you did peek for a second. Like you could have died there, like it would have been really unlucky, but you want to avoid such risks at all. So I like that you're not doing it anymore. Like it's more of a compliment, but I still gotta say it. Out of your range. Yeah, you're fanning the hammer a bit often. It's like against tanks like D.Va, like it's just better to shoot them because you do more damage over time. Fan dammer is good for burst damage, but if fan dammer doesn't kill, then left clicks would have just been better. Yeah, again, you never ever really took the high ground. You could have gone up here, gone for like a cheeky dead eye or like just a pick in general. Like you're holding, I want to say very vanilla positioning, which is predictable. It means like you're kind of just waiting for the enemy to come to you. You're not really making plays as such. Not much anyway.
This lap's never uneventful.
Yeah, also right now, for example, you're frontlining. Like you don't do it too often, but it is still a problem. You always, well, basically always want to be behind these guys. You fall back, so that's good, but this isn't the first time where you step just a little bit too far forward, so that's worth mentioning. I like that you're going for him. Shouldn't have fanned the hammer. Definitely shouldn't have fanned the hammer. Your Bastion was so close to dying there. At this type of range, never ever fan the hammer. It does nothing at this range. Stop that. Yeah, it does basically nothing, I promise you. Like, yeah, like, it's easier to hit, but that's very pointless if you're doing next to no damage. And that's the game. So I hope you learned a thing or two. Please do give me feedback. I feel like this wasn't one of my best VOD reviews, honestly. Like, I'm a bit out of it, but I still hope you learned something. In general, like, fan the hammer less, like, know your fan the hammer range. In fact, I'm just gonna jump into a practice range to show you. Show you what I mean. Like, just let you see, like, how much of a difference it makes.
Justice ain't gonna dispense it.
Let's see, what do we have? Let's get a big beefy target, a road dog, so you can really see. So yeah, road dog, we do a point blank fan the hammer. Does like half of his health damage. But if we do it like say from this range, it only does like a quarter. So you see how useless that is. You're way better off like even just going for body shots. You do so much more. You don't even have to go for headshots. Now that's with Road Dogg, who's a big beefy target. Let's take like less of a let's take a Moira for example. Look how little damage. Okay, well let's first do. Okay, well, obviously it kills at this range, but like at this sort of range, none of those even hit. One of those hit.
Long.
Oof. So yeah, it's really not great.
Acknowledged.
Like you're really like way better off just doing that. Not only like do you reload less, but it's just a lot more consistent. And I mean, you can also definitely go for headshots. Yeah, in terms of aim, just like practice, like it's way better. Like instead of like doing this to compensate for having bad aim, it's better to just practice your aim. Yep, got it. Okay. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Please leave me your feedback and yeah, goodbye.